What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Flame Forever. And I'll be talking about the top 10 most forgettable Pokemon. And we can all agree some Pokemon are more forgettable than others. Some are memorable because they're really cool and everybody likes them. Some because they just appear so often and everybody hates them. And some just because it was so cool to have it on your team. And now, to get started, we'll go on to For number 10, I chose Baltoy because Baltoy is not very memorable, and I don't remember many episodes of the show with him in it. And he's not higher up on the list because I remember his evolution being in the show a few times. And that's really the only reason Baltoy isn't higher up on the list. It's pretty much just a clay toy, too, so who plays with a clay toy? Wouldn't you want, like, a, I don't know, straw toy? I feel like that'd be more affordable since it's like an ancient Pokemon or whatever. Now on to number 9. For number 9, I chose Chingling because Chingling is just a bell and not very memorable because it really never does anything or has anything special about it. The only reason Chingling is lower on this list is because its evolution, Chimello, was in the show a lot. But otherwise, not much to remember about Chingling. But anyways, moving on to number 8. For number 8, I chose Bonsai because he's not really very memorable besides a few times in the anime, but the only thing I ever really remember him about is that he cried a lot. Like a ridiculous amount of crying. Like way too much crying. Also, what's that dot on his head? Should that be a third eye, or does he just have the 2 eyes and then the extra dot? Whatever, moving on to number 7. For number 7, I chose Furseed because it's not really memorable at all for anything, and it's kind of weird because it's shaped like an egg with spikes, so I guess maybe it is an egg and you can cook it. I don't really like eggs that much, but, you know, you could have an egg. Also, what is it doing? It's kind of weird. Whatever, moving on to number 6. For number 6, I chose Electrike because it really doesn't do anything in the show, and it's just an eel. Nothing special about it, except it's pure electric type when it really should be part water type because it's a fish. So you're telling me this fish doesn't live in the water? It lives in electricity or something? Kind of weird. Now, on to number 5. For number 5, I choose Bidu. Sorry if I'm butchering this name, but, you know, it's hard to pronounce. It's just not memorable because there's nothing special about it. It's just a bud that should turn into a plant. It's not even that cool or anything. It's pretty basic. Also, are these little dots up there supposed to be eyes? I'm just curious. Not sure. Now, on to number 4. For number 4, I chose Igglybuff because Igglybuff isn't very memorable in any of the shows and doesn't have anything special about it. Besides, once it starts bouncing, it will never stop, so at least it's not very heavy, so it wouldn't cause too much destruction, but still not very memorable compared to its evolution, Jigglypuff, who's in the shows all the time. Also, apparently they were in one show where they had feathers on their head. I don't know why feathers. Anyway, on to number 3. For number 3, I chose another useless fish Pokemon that doesn't evolve, and the only thing this Pokemon Basculin has going for it is that it has another form that's red. That's the only difference. Maybe its eyes are shaped a little different. Looks like it's time for a fish fry with this Pokemon. Not the best to use in battle even, so not many people would even want it, so not many people would remember it. Now on to number 2. And for number 2, I chose Heatmore because it's not really easy to find, because in the games it has a low encounter rating, and you'd find it towards the end of the game, so you wouldn't really want to get it. You'd pretty much just want to get past it and quick go. Also, Heatmore is kind of weird. Like, its mouth is shaped funny, its hands are kind of weird. It's got weird markings and weird-looking feet. I guess its feet are normal. Otherwise, it looks kind of weird. Now, to the number 1 most forgettable Pokemon. I forgot what it is. Let me check. Found it. Wormadad. Wormadad I totally forgot about when I was making my top 10 least favorite Pokemon list because I forgot about it. It kind of looks like an upside-down Christmas tree, but it's like Burmy, but worse. It's a bigger piece of poop with more leaves on it. It's worse than Burmy. So, here's my number 1 most forgettable Pokemon and my new least favorite Pokemon that I'll probably forget about by tomorrow. Anyway, that's all for now, so see you guys next time.